that reminds me of my other story, like the other story of one of my favorite journalists of all time, Hunter S. Thompson, who managed to get one of the best interviews with Nixon in the shitter. Like
Nixon was in the shitter. He just
essentially went into the bathroom. He's just like, oh, hey, it's Nixon. I'm gonna ask you some questions now. And he just like talked about football, if I'm not mistaken. But he used like football to like get answers, if that makes sense. Back when there was actually investigative journalists.
Well, I think Nixon played football too when he was in college, so that's always like an easy. Yeah. So you're in the shitter, and you're talking football. You're gonna tell everybody everything, man. They're gonna think like you're their long lost brother or something. You're talking about that in the shitter.
So as a Floridian, there's a story that puts two of my favorite things. One of my favorite things being Hunter S. Thompson, but the other one, Hunter S. Thompson used to live with Jimmy Buffett for a period of time.
Really?
Crashed on his couch for a while. Yeah, like Jimmy was like, yeah, sure, just like hang out. Anyway, at one point, Jimmy Buffett has to fill out an insurance file for his boat that was recently wrecked, right? And all he put down for reason of like destruction is Hunter S. Thompson, and like period dot signed it, sent, right? And they accepted, gave him full, like they're like, yep, we get it, like I love that.
Shit.
I love that that's a story that's had to happen, like. It's just like that's there's probably so many insurance filed under just Hunter S. Thompson, just like, yep.
Right.
That guy's super weird, super good. He was like the sheriff of like a Colorado town for a period of time.
He was a sheriff? Like a real sheriff, or was it like a Clint Eastwood mayor type thing? Oh. One of those things. Like back in our old neck of the woods, if you're in and around Mississippi and Louisiana, there's a possibility that you can be arrested by Seagal. You're gonna get some bloated like old guy who kind of sounds Asian but more black than he should. Like he does that weird code speak thing. Like, sup, brother? Like, konnichiwa. Like, what are you doing? And like, can you imagine you're a cop? You're a cop in like Louisiana, and you just get like, you're going into training, and you're like, yeah, you think some ex-military SEAL guy is gonna teach you how to like do the kung fu's? No, Steven Seagal. Like, what? I'm just picturing
grab his hand like this.
I'm just trying to picture Steven Seagal like you're driving down I think it's like I-55 or something, like it goes from like Jackson to New Orleans, right? And you're just right outside of New Orleans, and you see these blue lights, blue and reds pull you over, and
somewhere near Hancock County, probably.
Right, yeah, it's like right before you get to the state line, because it's and he gets out, and it says sheriff on the car, and he walks up and he looks down and he's like, "You going to Natchez?" Like, oh, fuck, it's Steven Seagal, right? Because you're in the same area as Brett Favre around there, although Brett's got money. He don't live down there. He sends money there. Have
you seen any of his new stuff, Steven? Like the stuff there's this. You should. It's just like if you want that like terrible movie experience, right? Like below, like do they have Z movies? Is that a classification? Like past B, like just go all the way to like special characters. Like I need like the Wingbat. The dingbat version of like, because that is those Seagal movies now. Like there's a movie where he's like, I think it's called Sniper or something like that, but it's not affiliated with those other good sniper movies. It's like, and he sits in a chair for like most of the movie, and like it's ridiculous. There's also, what is it? The Asian Connection. He made the Asian Connection. Like
Who's
so
Steven
terrible,
Seagal?
and yeah, it's so good. There's also like when he went to Ukraine and he's like in the black kimono and they just give him a carrot. They're like, here's a carrot, and he doesn't know what to do with it. So like half the pictures are just him holding a carrot, like kind of eating it. Like a whole
I'm here.
Twitter shitter.
I just had a freak out. I had these. I ate like 3 edibles because I hadn't had any in a couple of days, so I wanted to be ready. Whew.
You get like Joey Diaz dose stuff, or like
yeah, I took a Joey Diaz.
Star death dog.
I'm not tiny. I'm like around like I'm probably closer to 250 right now. So
Gotcha.
I can take a little extra that goodness.
Those are great videos too. There's compilations. Just look up Joey Diaz Stars of Death. He'll make people on the podcast do them, right? Have you been acquainted with the Stars of Death? I think they're like the small ones are like 500 milligrams. Like you can get ones that like are a crazy amount, right? Like a whole bag is like 1,000 milligrams or something like that. Like, and he'll just give one of those to people and be like, "Good luck, dog." Like, just like there's compilations where it's just like these people are definitely not ready for that, and like he's just like, "You need to lay down. You lie down. You want some water." Like you're on a podcast, like you're doing a and they're just having like a panic attack on, like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay. Just take a nap," Like,
hey.
And they all ask him like, "Are you this high?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I took a Xanax 30 minutes ago, so evens it out." Like it's like, "Oh, thanks, Joey." I love that. There's
Joey
so
probably
many
takes
cases of him dosing people.
Joey probably takes ketamine